Hold on, give me a second.
Hi, my name is Pete Blackshaw with NM Insight, a joint venture of McKinsey and the Nielsen Company. And this past week has been a bit of a watershed for retailers where social commerce really took life, especially around Black Friday. And joining me is Brian Bartlett, one of our analysts and marketing experts, who has been in the trenches, buried in the data, looking at Twitter feeds, Facebook, you name it, around Black Friday. So, Brian, what did you see out there? Was it unusual? Were there any winners or losers? What should we know about social media and Black Friday?
Yeah, sure. First of all, a lot of these retailers went out there and just made it a point to show their social media and kind of just trying to be savvy with their social media accounts. That being Twitter and Facebook being the most notable ones. First of all, I'd say for retailers, Amazon and Walmart won big. They really went out there and just pushed deals. They pushed, I think an average for both of them would be 2 tweets or posts per hour. So they're really just making a point to throw those deals out there.
And they're very deal centric. So they actually had accounts like Amazon Deals. Yeah. Very overtly.
That is a big distinction between those 2 retailers and some of the other ones, is that they had specific accounts. There's Walmart specials on their Twitter, and then there's Amazon Deals is also the main account for Amazon. It's separate from the Amazon.com. They actually had a Deals account, which just all they offered was deals.
And you looked at followers and fans pre-Black Friday and post-Black Friday, and I think I recall you saying that some of them actually got upwards of 100,000 incremental followers during that short period of time.
I actually went through and looked at followers on Twitter as well as fans on Facebook. So I looked at what retailers had a few days before, actually it would be on Wednesday, the Wednesday before Black Friday. And then I looked at what they had on Sunday, which would have been at the end of the shopping weekend.
So who won the sweepstakes on Facebook?
On Facebook, the winner was Amazon. Again, they actually got 137,000
followers.
New followers, yeah.
So by the time they got to Cyber Monday, they actually had that in their installed base of basically earned media, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So all the folks could get access to that.
Yeah.
Now, what about things like velocity? Did you sense that the folks were a lot more organized in terms of having people managing the conversation, trying to acknowledge it, respond to it? Did that feel a little bit more professionalized or developed?
Looking specifically at Twitter, there was a big variance between companies' velocity being how many tweets that they would send out on the Black Friday. The highest one, I think, we had Kmart was up there, Best Buy. We're sending out a lot of
just
tweets.
Working it.
Exactly. But it's kind of interesting because some of the accounts had a high deal emphasis versus Staples and Radio Shack were really popular with engaging. They really went out there and kind of instead of pushing deals, they had.
So engaging, that means if someone is out there saying, "Boy, I had a good experience with Radio Shack," they're acknowledging it, they're retweeting. Is that what you mean?
Exactly, retweeting. They'd also upload pictures of people online and kind of show what the experience is like for people out there. And those companies also fared pretty well. Not as high. Deals had the biggest yield. However, the companies that went out there and were engaging, actually, they did pretty well.
And there's also a lot of people using Foursquare and check-ins and the like, and
exactly.
I mean, all forms of. Would you say that some of the mobile technologies played a bigger role this year than in previous years?
I'd say for sure, yes. Looking at like check-ins and stuff like that, Target was a really big winner when it comes to check-ins. I think they had like 18,000 check-ins.
And they really play up a lot of the mobile devices, right?
Yeah,
and they've got lots of apps.
Yeah. They actually bought the trend.
They bought the trended tweet.
Yep.
Okay.
They bought Black Friday, which was interesting because Amazon actually got more followers than them on Twitter. So they bought the term, but it didn't mean that they were going to be the big winner.
And then what about on Cyber Monday? Was there kind of obviously there were big sales, but was there as much engagement activity then?
Well, what I noticed was that the retailers on Twitter like your Walmarts and your Amazons, the ones that were really focused on deals, they actually boded well going into Cyber Monday. So that being that the companies that actually went out there and shot out deals, they actually had better returns Cyber Monday, meaning they actually got even more followers on Cyber Monday as well.
So they built up lots of momentum.
Exactly. Although it's incremental. I mean,
Yeah.
Black Friday was the big day when these companies were getting a lot of followers. Cyber Monday didn't. The retailers did not get nearly as many followers as they did on Black Friday.
Now, did you notice in reactions from consumers vis-a-vis Facebook? I mean, was there acknowledgement that the companies were engagement? Was there gratitude? Did they kind of appreciate it, or was it just purely transactional? Give me a good deal.
I think it's tough to say. There's a lot of consumers out there that are just kind of wrapped up in the whole shopping experience. I'm sure that they're happy to see the retailer out there making an effort to connect them, and they're already in the store. They're talking with employees, and they're engaging with the retailer. In that sense, I think that a lot of the retailers out there were also appreciating that they could, while they were waiting in line or something, could also connect with the company through social media.
Okay, outstanding. Any other kind of big ahas or kind of takeaways from what you saw out there? You obviously have been swimming in the tweets and the fans out there.
Yeah. I think that one of the biggest things is just that deals just kind of trumped. That they almost stole the show, and that's kind of interesting to see that something that we've been so focused on is engaging and kind of creating this experience for consumers, and Amazon and Walmart just kind of came out there and they just gave some good old-fashioned deals, and
and it's interesting because it parallel processes this whole national conversation about Google and Groupon.
Yeah.
And Groupon is obviously based on incredibly sticky, where they kind of put out very attractive deals, and you almost have like a consumer cartel that matches it. But I think what you're saying is kind of consistent with that, which is like if the retailers go out there and kind of put out deals, you just get massive audience out there. So
I think another thing is it also has to do a lot with local. Just making that's the whole thing behind the Google Groupon thing is they getting closer to the consumer at the purchase point. And if you have a deal for them there, and you're able to reach them during that process, then you're going to win.
Brian Bartlett, he's been digging into Facebook and Twitter. I really appreciate the extra hours. I know you're up really, really late, but I hope you found it entertaining. I find it entertaining.
It was very interesting.
But my name's Pete Blackshaw with NM Insight, and we've just spent a few minutes with Brian Bartlett from our marketing team and one of our SWOT analysts. Thanks so much for tuning in.